Hello everyone, this is Toe Spider. I've created a temporary character so that I could have so I could fly around the tutorial zone for a bit. So straight ahead of me there, that's where you get initially launched in the game, and in this tutorial area there's a couple of asteroid fields, and the nearer one has Oran collectors in it, and the further one has Dentec collectors, which are a little bit more difficult than the Oran. Now I should start. I wanted to create this video so that I could just do a little basic strafing back and forth, something that you might, like a novice might miss if they're just kind of hurrying through the tutorial. But I should go over my setup here before anything else. I have a joystick for my right hand, and I actually have a set of flight rudders controlled with my feet. So it's like left pedal, right pedal, and I have them set up as follows. Like if I push down on the right pedal, I'll accelerate forward, whereas if I push down the left pedal, I'll accelerate backwards. And I covered that in another video. And something I noticed about that is if I want sorry, if I want to switch between forward acceleration and backward acceleration cleanly, I should, whichever pedal I happen to be using, I should release that pedal before using the other pedal. For example, if I'm accelerating forward, I release that pedal with my right foot, and then I start pushing with the left foot for the negative acceleration. The reason for that is that I've noticed that there's a bit of, I guess the interface gets a little confused, and I'm not sure whether it's has to do with a USB device or what have you, but it's not something you want to have to struggle with in the middle of combat. So definitely want to get in the habit of releasing the pedal and then the other pedal. So the left foot down, release, right foot down, release, left foot down, release, and so forth. Anyway, the other thing I should say is my left hand is set up for use the keyboard, but I don't use the default strafing keys in the game, which mainly because I think for the default they want to have R and F for let's see, I believe for the keyboard defaults would be A and D for left and right, W and S for accelerate forward and backwards, essentially the same thing as what I have my foot pedals for, and then they had R and F for up and down. And unfortunately that doesn't really work very well, because the R and F keys are a little off to the side, and you're going to be wanting to strafe left and right with A and D often enough that R and F are inconvenient. So the advice that people give, and what I found to be quite good, is to use W and S for strafe up and down. So here's W moving up, and here's S moving down, spacebar to brake, and here's D for strafe right, and A for strafe left, and just in case, I actually set up my Q and E for rolling. So E rolls. Oh no, I have my apologies. I actually set up a Q and E by default, I believe, are for roll, but I set them up as for E for accelerate forward and Q for accelerate backwards, just in case I need it. But with the foot pedals, I found I haven't really needed it. Okay, so let's find an Oran collector, get somebody who's nice and nearby, and all I want to do with this guy is get his attention and then just do a little strafing practice. So let me just ping him a bit. Oop, kind of hard to shoot him through the asteroid. You'll do it. Okay, got him. Okay, so all I want to do is just come to more or less a halt, so I can demonstrate this properly. You notice that now keep in mind that these guys are dumbed down compared to what you encounter in the field. Like, these are all part of the training exercise, but this is a great way just to kind of get used to the idea of strafing in 3D. Because, ooh, you got yes. Okay, so so I just kind of, these guys they just want to try and track your position, but as long as you keep moving, you're relatively safe. Okay, so left and right, that's easy enough. And up and down is a similar deal, similar situation. Oh, let me just get away from this asteroid, which I feel is I'm kind of getting close to. Okay, but in addition to just getting the basics like that, oh, never mind that. Also think about strafing. Strafing in more than one plane at a time, because like left and right, you're strafing in a plane, essentially the X plane, like at least the way I like to think about it. And up and down, you're strafing in the Y plane. And oh, and actually a good video by Phaserlight, he talks about strafing in the Z plane, like forward and back. Kind of like, ooh, let's get this. So I'm just strafing back and forward and back there. Okay. So when I first started the game, doing little strafing exercises like this was quite helpful, and just feeling comfortable about moving around and retaining a feel for where you are with respect to your adversary. And something else I found useful was to also think about say strafing diagonally as an example. So upper left, lower right, upper left, ooh, lower right. Now this guy is a little aggressive. I notice he's a little aggressive sometimes. Ooh. Ooh. So lower left, upper right, lower left. And okay, so hopefully you get an idea about how to practice this, and the training area is ideal for this, because watch, if he hits you, he's not doing any damage. You're more or less given a free ticket to muck about. So long as you stay in this area without completing the tutorial missions. Okay, so enough of that. Now the Dentech collectors, they're a little bit more. Well, they're fairly easy in this area as well. But let me just quickly find one. If you look at the Vendetta wiki, they talk about the bots taking different stances according to how aggressively they pursue you. So sometimes they try and get as close to you as possible. Sometimes they find a middle ground. and sometimes a little bit standoffish. Okay. So do I have somebody's attention yet? Okay. Now, so same idea. Only this guy fires a little faster. Oop. And of course, maybe I should get away from the asteroids. Strafe up, strafe down, strafe right, strafe left. You know, and they're a little predictable here. It just makes it a little easier for you to manage the practice. So you can see, like strafing like this, it kind of gives you a feel for how much you can get away with. Okay. Well, I guess I'll end this here, and well, hopefully this has been useful to people. Okay, so this is Toe Spider, and signing off for now. Bye.